We were once great. So fascism was created in the aftermath of World War I. It was created by Benito Mussolini, who, by the way, was a socialist, who was kicked out of the Socialist Party and then went and created a new ideology. He tried to identify what went wrong, because World War I was a horror. It was a nightmare. It was a catastrophe. 13, 14 million people die in the war. The Spanish flu kills another 65 million people. Like, it's a nightmare bad 6 years. Just because 4 years of World War I, and then the Spanish flu kept going. And it was called the Spanish flu because nobody wanted to admit they had it in their country, so they picked a neutral country and named it after them. It was burning through France and Great Britain too, and Germany, but it's just nobody could admit it. So they get through the other side, and Mussolini says, I've identified the problem. The socialists say it's the ruling class, the rich elites. They're wrong. That's not the problem. The problem is modernity itself. What we need to do is roll the clock back and go back to when things were great. For him, 1900 years ago, when there was a Roman Empire. And that was his goal. His express goal was to somehow recreate the Roman Empire and eventually get rid of tanks and planes and artillery pieces and have Roman legionnaires with shields and spears and bows and arrows and swords on horseback, and women barefoot and pregnant and no longer involved in public life. That's the Roman system, by the way. They had 2 living rooms in Roman houses, one for public use and then one for the women who were hidden in the back. So that's his ideal. He wanted to get back to it. Isn't that cool? Fascism, you know you're a fascist if you say the following: we were once great, let's get back to that greatness. Because I have awful news for you. As a person who studies history all the time, people ask me, what time did you want to live in? Right now. I like antibiotics. Big fan. Like, think about this. You get a scratch, it gets an infection, you die. Now, you take antibiotics. You don't die. This is, I almost feel like you don't have to have another conversation. Like, we're done. That and entertainment's really good. You know what I mean? Like, no. So now's the time. There was no better time. In the past, things were bad. You get 40-year life expectancy. That was like 100 years ago. I mean, now is a really good time to be alive.